You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it too, Hatch.
Did it.
He's new. Don't mind him.
I'm off beat. Am I off beat?
It's okay. It's okay. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another great episode on AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for BET's The Game. This is episode 19, and we call this one Extra Butter, Extra Salt.
They needed it, honey.
They needed a lot of butter and salt. I'm your host, Fallon Mercedes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @FitWithFallon. And we have a special guest in the building. We have Mr. Matthew Hatchett. He likes to be called as Hatch.
Hey, do I get a thing?
No, you fail because you got
You kind of.
I'm just here.
You get a toast. You get a toast.
there you
There you go. I got your back.
We'll give you a toast.
Yes.
Now, just to tell you guys a little bit about Mr. Hatch, he knows the game very well. He played the game for a very long time. Tell us some of the teams that you played for.
8-year veteran of the Minnesota Vikings,
Yeah.
New York Jets, and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, nice. And then you also own a production company, so you know the entertainment side as well.
Yeah, Hatchet Films, mostly movie production, dibbling and dabbling a little bit into the TV side as of now.
Nice. So I can't wait to hear your intake, your comments about what went on
my
today.
comments,
I
you
do.
know.
I see you scribbling a lot of great notes. So
I'm just glad to see there's another man here on the panel. You know, it's,
I know, right?
Man.
Yeah, we never really
I'm a
had you
man's
guys.
man.
This is true.
Oh yeah, and I'm Megan Thomas, also known as @MegScoop on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, I can say my Instagram too?
Go ahead.
plug it.
Hatch89 is my Twitter. I have Facebook. I have, what's the other one? Instagram. I have Instagram. What's the other one? Give me another one. Social media. Pinterest.
Your website.
Website.
Black Planet.
No, no, don't worry.
And hey, I am Ashley. I'm so happy to be here. And no, big ups to my girl Ashley. As you can see, we're definitely missing her here, and I am missing her literally. But at any rate, I am Kevin John. You can follow me on Twitter @HeyKevinJohn, Instagram @HeyKevinJohn, and on Facebook, Kevin John Peters. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Ashley ain't gonna get her job back though. I'm taking over.
Nice.
Sorry, Ash. Sorry.
Ashley Collin.
About to
What's
say,
the
you
number,
gonna make
Meg?
Ash angry.
The number is 424-256-1729. If you want to talk to us, we want to hear from you and your thoughts about this episode. Extra butter, extra salt.
Extra butter, extra salt. Now, this episode opened up with Miss Keira and her boy Blue ready to hit the red carpet and go to her movie premiere. This is a very exciting time for her because we know that, you know, she's been trying to get back in the acting game, finally got a good gig, and this is her night.
Right.
But she's a little worried, and she's worried because her man is going to see her get it on screen. Now, you guys as men, I know when you're dating, you have a girlfriend, how do you react to knowing that she has a past or even imagining her being with another man?
I'll just put it like this. Don't no man want to know about their woman's sexual past. It's honestly, it's one of those things that it's frightening to know. Now, granted, every woman you date, you know that they're not this clean version, never kiss the guy.
Oh, sorry.
No. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know that they don't come wholesome, never been touched before.
Wholesome?
They're not like brand new cars, okay?
They're not
Women come
virgins,
broken
okay.
in, all right?
Okay.
Well, not all, but I would say 99.9% of them
yeah.
have been.
Okay, they're not
So-
in the V Club. Got it.
So you kind of go into that. You're cognizant of that going into it. But that still doesn't mean that you want to know their sexual past. And
I want to know.
Wow.
I want to know.
Now why? Why? The curiosity.
I think because like you don't want to be with the hoe on the block neither, right? So you still have to ask certain questions. Okay, how many dudes you been in with, or how they lie?
That's what I'm saying. What
But
she lie?
exactly.
Yeah, because if they lie, if they say 4, they lying.
What?
See, I disagree.
I'm just saying.
I disagree.
How many whores have you been with? You said that so freely, like there's women
In my personal opinion, I think if a female says 4 and she's over the age of say 25, she's lying.
Oh
So
my
had-
God! Again, so
I
who are
think
you
she's
dealing
lying.
with? You dealing
I
with a
think
lot
she's
of
lying.
whores.
Because what you females fail to forget, one night stands, they count. Right, the dude that named John that you really don't want to tell your girlfriends about. Oh, he count too. So there's a lot of people. Oh, he don't count because of such and such. No, they all count.
Okay,
and if you count them all up, then you own 2 hands, and then you're like, oh no, he wasn't my boyfriend, so he didn't count. Oh, he was. Nah, they all count.
Again, who are you with, Hatch? I'm saying there's some
Well, to
girls-
Hatch's
that's not-
defense.
Hold on, it's not fair. You can't sit here and say every woman over the age of 25 has had more than 4 partners. What you have to say
I'd say
is,
90%.
okay, but you have to. Okay, so say 90%. Then don't say all of
That's
them.
all.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If numbers are so important, at what number does she get cut off? If she's truthful with you and she says 7, is that okay?
Oh,
or
that's a very, very
That's a
good
great number.
That's a great
That's a
number.
lucky number, matter of fact.
If the female's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Are you ready for this? Then you're like, oh shoot, I gotta get ready. Hold on. She's like 49. That could be a deal breaker.
Okay.
That could be
For
a
me
deal breaker.
personally, I'm not a man, but even, with my man, or I just feel like everybody has a past, and I feel like I'm going to not judge you. I'm going to be with you for the person that you are today. You don't know. She could have been in an abusive relationship and then afterwards, went crazy, or it might have been vice versa. She's never been with somebody after that. But there's so many things that could go on. You meet people at different chapters in their life, and I feel like you shouldn't judge them for the chapters that they had before. I think as long as they're with you and they're not hoeing around, then you shouldn't judge them because of it.
That's a very politically correct answer to say.
No, I'm not trying to be political. I'm being real.
But in my personal opinion, I do think it's a double standard for guys and girls.
It is.
I mean,
Hands down.
I look at it as kind of like the car crash thing. It's something you really don't want to look at or don't want to see, but in the back of your head, you kind of do want to know. And everyone's dated somebody before when they were suspicious of their past. And Hatch, you bring up a very good point. No guy wants to be dating the neighborhood hoe. Like, you can be out with her and stuff and think you're in love, and then you hear guys talking to, I had that. She got a lot of miles on her car. And you don't want to be that dude.
And you know what? Blue didn't want to be that dude either. And that's why Blue asked Keira, did you hook up with Luke? I know you have this sex scene with him, and I know you guys kind of had this interaction, but I need to know. Now, I do feel Blue in this scene where he asked her that, because I think even as a woman, never, mind just being a man, you don't want to go somewhere and not know that person. Like, I don't want Luke to be interacting with Blue and Luke hit it and Blue has no idea. I feel like that's not fair. So I believe that a girl shouldn't be judged, but she should be real. If you bring a guy out and another guy's there that you've been with, you should, hey, just to let you know, I dated him and this is what happened. So he doesn't look stupid.
You should be like, the dude over there, him and the blue, that was me. That's what you should be doing.
And that's respect.
Exactly,
I think
respect,
When you
yeah.
respect somebody, you tell them the situation that they're going into. What she should have done is she should have prepped him way before they got to the premiere. Matter of fact, when they shot the movie, she should have been like,
Exactly.
"Babe." So when this movie comes out, there is a scene that you're probably not going to be happy with. It's a sex scene. She should have prepped him for it so he was
She
ready
should have
for
prepped
it.
him when she got home that day.
Right.
How about that?
Before it even happened,
I
she should have
agree.
said, just so you know, this is what I'm doing.
Like here, this is the script right here. You see this? Let me see. On page 47, get down with the get down. Yeah, that's me. That's all me right
But here's
there.
the
From
question
47 to 56. Yep, that's me. That's all me.
Okay,
The clothes are off.
Right. I have a question though. Okay, she's an actress. So this is this is part of her job. If your girlfriend is an actress and she tells you she has a sex scene, and are you mad about it and you don't want to watch it?
Doesn't bother me.
First things first, if you have a problem with that, you should not date
Date an
somebody.
actress, right.
Okay.
Yeah, because that comes with the territory of being an actress. You're gonna have love scenes. You're gonna have sex scenes. You may have scenes that compromise your morals and values. That's your prerogative. But that's inevitable in this business. So if Blue knows that comes with the territory, then he has to receive it. It's like if you're a woman and you date a professional athlete. You know that groupies and all that stuff come with the territory. I'm not saying that you have to embrace that, but you have to know that getting into it. So I don't have much sympathy for Blue because he knows that she's an actress and she knows that she will have to do things like that.
I think we should ask our fans out there, please comment, let us know, or tweet at us. Do you guys feel any sympathy for Blue? He's a little upset
No,
because
man, ain't no
his
sympathy.
girl is getting down on camera, but he feels like she might have gotten down off camera as well with Luke. Let us know what you think, and would you date somebody who, for a career, that they have to kind of get in the sheets with somebody
Get
else?
their
I think you gotta be
getting
yourself.
their ASS
Self-confident.
licked. Apparently, that
Ooh,
was in
I
it.
know, that was kind
When
of
he
graphic.
said that, he was like, I didn't know Luke was licking your. I was like, ah! Is
I was
this
like,
rated?
maybe it
What
was.
kind of movie shows that?
I know. But you seen
NC-17?
everybody in the audience was like, ooh, whoa. And then you see the TT, he was kind of like waving to.
Right.
So, yeah.
Like the thumbs
Good
up.
job.
I mean, that was an NC-17 moment.
It kind of reminded me of when Eric Benet went to the screening of Monsters Ball, and he had to walk out of the theater during Halle Berry's just make me feel good scene, or whatever it was, when she was getting.
Did he really?
Thank you, Hats,
that
for the.
one, yeah.
Yeah. And
He walked out for real?
Yeah, he walked out of her scene. That was actually
He's
publicly
too
announced.
sensitive.
I think
Too
that must be
sensitive.
very, very hard because
not hard.
you guys
You have to be
men are so.
self-confident.
It's not that hard.
Self-confident.
But you just said earlier you're not that confident to know that a girl's been over 7 numbers.
But yeah, well, I'm not with her. But if I'm with the girl, then I know the numbers, not 49, number one. Secondly, I'm a self-confident person. Okay, this is what you do, number one. I've already accepted it, so I'm here. I can sit here and look at it and be like, okay, this is her job.
But here's the other thing, though, that Blue says about Keira. He says, I know your faces. I know your noises. I know the sounds you make. And that's really what gets him, because he's like, you had sex with the dude.
Well, I'm going to go
So
back
so what happens? Here's the question. So what happens when you look on screen and you see your girlfriend doing stuff that you know she's done with you?
It goes back to the original start of the whole conversation.
Right.
Over 25, I guarantee she's not a virgin. She tells him that she is a virgin, and he believed it like a dummy.
No, see
she
what
really
happened.
was a
Okay,
virgin, though.
let's
No,
hold on, hold on.
she is.
Let's break it
Let me
down.
No,
Hold on.
listen, she's not a virgin because she slept with the dude.
No, hold on. We'll break it down for you. So
Yes.
for you guys who are not caught up, who are watching the game, just to let you know, Keira was a virgin, and Blue was the only person that didn't know. So Keira lost her virginity to Blue, and Blue didn't know, and then his boys ended up telling him, and he was upset, like, we were just hooking up. I wouldn't have took your virginity if I knew you were a virgin. So that's another reason why Blue was really upset, because he's like, wait, I didn't know you were a virgin. Then I found out I took your virginity, and now I think you're sleeping with somebody else. So he's kind of taking it to heart because he kind of had that
She
crown.
is sleeping with somebody else.
She did. She only slept with the dude one time.
That means she's not a virgin.
No, but that was after she lost her
she already
virginity.
lost her virginity.
She lost it to
Y'all
Blue.
believe that?
No.
You really
It's TV, man. I'm making up my own story.
Hey, make
I'm
it
making
up.
up my own story. She slept with the dude a while back when
He's
she was
like,
21.
no,
I'm going to give y'all the story.
Okay,
She
go
came
ahead.
to
Go ahead,
Hollywood,
Hatch.
right, at 21. Saw this dude. Oh, you're on the audition. Oh, you're an actor? Yeah, I'm an actor. Hey, why don't we go hang out? Well, they slept together. Oh, my God, I'm a virgin. I can't see you no more. Okay, boom. All of a sudden, 3 years later, you get a movie together. Oh, my God, remember me? Yeah, hi, how you doing? Oh, we're going to sleep together again? Yeah, but don't say nothing because I'm a virgin here in Hollywood, because, people come to Hollywood and they reinvent themselves. So, they're just doing their thing or whatever. And like 6 weeks go on, they're sleeping together, each other on set. And then all of a sudden, the movie comes out, movie premiere. I don't see him. I haven't seen him in 6 weeks. But now my boyfriend, who's my real boyfriend, I'm sleeping with him. But you think I'm virgin, so don't say nothing. And that's how it happened.
Is that your personal story? Because you really used to
Wow.
Don't be judging me. Don't be judging me.
She didn't mean it.
I was 21. I didn't know.
So the moral of the story, what Hatch is saying, is you can't believe what every woman says, because some women do lie.
Okay, but in
Hey,
this situation,
yes, sir.
what I'm saying is, in this situation, what do you do when you see your girl on screen and she's doing the stuff that she does with you, and she's like, it's just acting?
It's
What
called
do you
method
do?
acting. She studied very hard for that, all right?
They practiced a lot.
Excuse me, it's Stanislavski, all right? She studied extremely hard. She's using the Meisner technique, and
That's what they call it nowadays. That's what they call it.
As a man,
They call
Water,
it
Kevin.
technique.
Drink some water. Grab
what do you
some
do
water.
when you see that hatch?
I watch.
He's dying. He's dying.
She's a professional. I have dated an actress in the past and was on set. They didn't have a sex scene, but they had a kissing scene, and I was like, okay, they kissed.
But that's different from like you see.
Well, they're not actually having sex on screen neither. We do
All right,
know
I'm gonna
that.
get up and perform the Heimlich over here. Right?
He
Dying.
ain't gonna make it. He ain't even gonna make it.
I thought that was great, and I also liked. I thought it was bad how the guys were joking him because he was already feeling really. Blue was feeling real self-conscious about that.
I think that is the worst
That's what
thing, and you
teammates are gonna
probably,
do.
yeah, that's what you're used to. Teammates do that to each other. We've seen that happen when Jason's wife Chardonnay was caught on the kissing cam with with Fox, and they had kissed, and Jason was just not having it. So I know after that, Blue was probably like, I can't deal with this, I'm out. But it just sucks that their relationship finally got to a good point. We finally seen them, really coming together, loving each other, and then this happens. But isn't that how all relationships are? You go through ups and downs, and that's how it is. And we do see a lot of ups and downs with, Tasha, and we've seen her go through different relationships. They didn't work out, and now she's going to therapy to help herself out. And it looks like it is finally working. Hallelujah. How do you guys feel about Tasha being on this apology tour?
I don't believe it.
He's so negative.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Why don't you believe it?
I mean, if you can apologize. That's just words.
Okay.
Talking about apologies, like I don't know the show like that.
And you know what? I believe you. I can so
Right?
see it. And the reason why I believe you is because when she went up to Jason, she said, I forgive you. And then she goes, and I hope you forgive me too. Excuse me, you need
If
to
you
apologize
right,
to me,
right.
not say you forgive me too. No, I want an I am sorry. You can't just demand forgiveness and think you're going to get forgiveness from everybody. I feel like in her head, she feels like she hasn't really done anything wrong, but she feels like, okay, this is the list that my therapist wants me to do.
She's
I need
following the list.
Yeah, I need to say sorry to him, and then I'll be healed. I'll be good. And it's just like, no,
which is bogus.
that's, yeah,
It's not that simple.
So agree with you.
It's not that real. So
Kevin's coming back.
But you know what is real?
What's real?
your cough.
Cereal Buddies is really funny.
You done with
Yes,
coughing?
yes.
Okay.
Speaking of coughing, Cereal Buddies will have you coughing up laughter and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Great segue.
That's what just happened to me right now. Cereal Buddies, absolutely hilarious film. Has Christopher Lloyd in it. Has Maria Menounos in it. It has
Beth Bears, Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yes,
Your
I mean
mama.
the list goes on. And yes, your grandmother is in it as well, and she's hilarious in that role. So please make sure that you can go and get it. You can get it on
Cereal Buddies.
iTunes. You can get it on cerealbuddies.com, and you can get it online. So please make sure that you pick it up. It's absolutely hilarious. It'll have you coughing just like me.
Yes.
All right.
Get some water. And also make sure you subscribe on iTunes for our after show. You'll love it. Tell your friends so that anytime we do an after show, it automatically comes to your podcast box on iTunes. It's really simple. Just search for AfterBuzz TV, The Game, and you'll see us. Subscribe. Tell a friend, rate, comment, give us 5 stars.
How many
we need it.
stars? 5 stars.
5 stars.
5
And then you won't be
stars.
coughing your
$5.
lungs up. Like this one here. You okay?
Exactly. I'm dying over
You
here.
are.
He got tears in his eyes and everything.
Take a break.
Serious over here.
Man, I poured my all into this AfterBuzz, okay? I leave it out on here.
You do. Oh, we got.
Oh, we got coffee.
lozenges.
That's
Thank
love
you.
right there.
Yes.
That is a lot of
Lozenges.
love.
Right.
Big ups to Steven for this.
Yes, big up to
This
Stephen, our
apology
producer.
tour.
I want to say I think it's legit. Okay, I know you're like you don't like the way Tasha apologized because it really was a weird apology, but I feel like this. If people apologize, they don't have to say it the way you want them to say it. And Jason wasn't even expecting an apology from her. She was doing this
Did
for
you
herself.
see that awkward hug? It was just
Right.
like, Jason's like, you ain't, what are you, you're crying?
doing?
Like, you're hugging? What is
What are you
going
doing
on?
right now?
He's like, it's still happening. It's still happening.
Get off me.
Right, and so I think she needed this for herself. So if that's the way she needed to apologize, then fine. Because it's not like he asked for her apology anyway. It's not like he needed it. He just was like, whatever, you do what you have to do. So for her, in her head, to reconcile what was going on, she said, I accept your apology, even though he wasn't apologizing, and I apologize, or I'm sorry for what I did. I apologize for what I did. Either way, I feel like she needed to do that to release something because you see the tears that she has. Tasha don't cry for stuff. Tasha Mack don't cry, baby. And so she's crying. She's, she brings up some stuff that really hurts. And one of the things she says is about Kelly. She said, you done ran my best friend off.
Yes.
And now I finally have somebody that's almost close to that, which is Chardonnay. She's like, you about to run her off.
Yeah.
So you need to fix this.
Isn't it interesting that both wives that Jason has had, she has been close to, but still there's been this friction with Jason.
Right.
It's just, he even asked me, he was like, I don't understand the dynamic
The
between
relationship, yeah.
those two. How do they come together?
They're going to be next to get married.
Ooh,
Yeah.
is that a prediction?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Ew,
weird.
yeah.
She's too...
She's too much for him.
yeah,
and he is
exactly.
too much for her. Is that how it works?
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Opposites attract.
Now let's speak about Kelly. We keep on hearing her name come up, and we heard last episode that she is in Paris.
Right.
So I do believe, and I know you predicted
Like in
this
real
too.
life or
in
the
the
show?
show life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the show life, she's in Paris. So I predict, and I know you predicted this as well, that Tasha's gonna do a little eat, pray, love type of mission. She's gonna go to Paris and be with Kelly, and we do see Jason write a little note to her, "Dear Kelly," on the napkin. So I think I think everybody needs closure on this show. I feel like Jason's still not over Kelly and needs closure. Malik, as you can see, he's going to therapy with his mom and he's getting closure as well. Even with Titi.
Right.
Titi needs some closure from, their business / family relationship that he has with Malik. So it's interesting to see how all these characters still have open wounds that need to be healed in order to move on in life.
But I have a question. What exactly was he writing to Kelly?
He just said, "Dear Kelly."
And that's what I'm saying. What do you guys think he was gonna write? Is it "I want you back"? Is it "I'm sorry for the stuff that I did to you. I now need to move on"? Like, what do you think he was
wants to
writing?
figure something out about himself, so he's going to ask Kelly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm pretty smart.
I don't know. What do you think it is, Fallon?
Yeah. I think if they were to talk, I don't know if he's going to end up sending this letter, if he ends up flying out there, or I think he would ask, like, was there anything that I could have done to save the relationship? Because I think he doesn't want to make that same mistake.
Well, that's what during the
Chardonnay.
hug. That's what that's what she was saying. You got to fix this. So what she's saying is you have to fix you. And so he's got to go figure out, maybe something is wrong. He's having the moment. Something's wrong with me. Who's one of the people in the world that knows me better than anybody? So he's asking her, what can I fix? What's wrong with me? Blah, 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 blah.
What do I do? What do you think? Coffee McCofferson.
Don't make me laugh because I'm really gonna start coughing. No, I just I don't want to sound redundant, but I think after he spoke with Tasha, she made him realize, that he did need to piece up that particular relationship, and just hearing it from her kind of resonated in him because he was like, dang, maybe I do need to, see what's going on.
Right.
So.
Isn't it funny how, sorry to cut you off, but there's that saying, hurting people hurt people. And we've seen Tasha just go on this rampage of hurting everybody because she was hurting. And now that she's healing, it seems like she's going around trying to heal everybody else and help heal their wounds, from Malik to Chardonnay to Jason. She's like the person who influences everybody. So if she has a wrath that she's gonna put out, everybody's gonna feel it. But if she's feeling the love, then everybody's gonna feel it too.
So everybody wants to have a kumbaya moment because of her.
Exactly.
Right. But I'm so glad though that she finally had this moment to, talk to Jason, because there's always the tension. So now we see that it's really just it comes from a place of hurt.
Genuine.
Yeah. And she apologizes for that, and then she goes to the diner.
With her dad.
I was like, first of all, she didn't come in. You see, no gangs, no paraphernalia, no animals,
cell phones,
no buffet.
It should have said no black people. That's what it should have
That's
said.
what it wanted to say.
That's what.
Yeah, that's
what all those things.
Except they said hats for
the Lucky
Amish,
Strikes in
right?
Hollywood is pretty much the same list. So it means no black people. That's
What? So what do you mean all black people gangbang?
That's what it means when they were. Yeah, that's what that means.
Her dad is the one that owns
I
the
know,
place.
but it's the list. It's the list.
All right, Hatch.
And you didn't see no other black people besides the owner.
Yeah, you did.
No, you did not.
It's old people.
didn't.
Yes.
I don't think it was just black people. I think young people, because if you notice, everybody in there was old. Those people don't own cell phones. Probably not. I mean, they're like, like
That's
80
their
years
getaway,
old.
yeah,
It's
that's
their
their-
getaway. They don't want to see, riffraff. They don't want no animals in there. They just want to be quiet. So they didn't want nobody under the age of 75 in there.
Now, did we hear, I'm trying to think, I know she just came from this therapy session last episode. Did we hear her speak much of her father? I know she somewhat spoke of her mom. She talked about how when she was in high school, how she was treated because she was pregnant. But I'm trying to figure out if she spoke of her dad. We just know that she was fatherless, but we don't know the exact situation.
Well, she wasn't fatherless because he was in the shop. So
Well, I don't think he raised her, though.
No, but yeah.
Probably didn't.
Right.
What fathers do raise their kids?
But you know, but I think...
Whoa.
That's a little
Generalization.
Okay, we might have a therapy session perhaps.
we don't have to lay hands on her. What is
This
this?
is humor, people.
Oh my gosh, Hatch.
Right?
No,
This is
but
humor.
I think this is her shoring up. This is the last piece of her hurt. This is where it stems from. I think it's from her father, not having a father. That plays a very big impact on a woman's life. So if you don't have a dad from day one, that you already like 10 steps behind trying to find your way. And I think this is it. She's like, I've apologized to people, but now I got to get to the root of the problem, which is my dad. So yeah, he needs to make my grilled cheese sandwich the way I asked.
Yeah, I want to see Malik have the same moment with his dad. That's what I want to see. I think Malik isn't going to find the full closure that he needs because he is so, like the therapist was saying, he's like Tasha's husband. You know, he played the role of son, but then had to be her husband as well because she didn't have his father around when he was growing up. So, you all right?
You know, I'm doing it. In case you're wondering why I keep popping in and popping out,
He missed the whole show.
I really did. But thank you, Megan, for comforting me. And
You're supposed to put your arm up when you call.
this is why you're not supposed to smoke before you do this on live, because
He's
you know
not
you
smoking. He doesn't smoke.
I don't smoke.
That's
But
funny.
nah, you know, what was I gonna say? Yes, in regards to Tasha, you know, the whole father figure thing, yeah, that is instrumental into the upbringing of kids, specifically daughters. But I don't know, I still don't buy it. Like, you know, like I said last show, I think we make a lot of excuses for her just abnormal and, you know, obscene behavior. And she's not the only one that's grew up without a father. How many people have grown up without a father? But I mean, I'm sure just here we can raise our hands. But, you know, I think the fact of the matter is she has some serious issues inside that she needs to deal with. Now, whatever triggered it, whatever motivated it, whatever inspired it,
The writers, I think.
You know,
Start.
that is true. Thank you, Hatch, for being literal.
Experience. Yeah. Let me ask you, having your own production company, how much does real life play into the roles or the scripts that you write?
In everything I look at, everything. I like to relate everything back to real life. I don't like doing the fake stuff or over the top or just, I like everything to come from real.
Nice. So tell us some of the projects that you've worked on in the past that are real.
The movie called The Take starred John Leguizamo, Tyrese, Rosie Perez, Bobby Cannavale, and it was from the character. John, of course, made it, you know, become real. Played a great character, but the lead guy gets shot in the head on like a bank robbery thing, and he lives through it, and so like he goes through the whole movie pretty much piecing his life back together as well as trying to find the people who set him up at the same time. But where John took it, it became a real thing, and because people do get shot in the head and they live through it, and you kind of have to go through all these different changes, you know, emotionally and you know, physically and all this stuff. So it was he made it come to life, and it was a great piece. Rosie Perez was actually up for an Independent Spirit Award for it as well. Nice. We ended up losing to Penelope Cruz that year, but it was just good to be in the company. So like she did her thing, of course. And then like we just finished a movie called Crew. Like I said, about 4 guys who, like I said, went to high school together, kind of parted ways, and came back to like 15, 20 years later, kind of come back. All these demons came out, and they came back to the house and kind of, you know, pieced everybody's lives back together as somebody else's in the whole crew is kind of like passing away before their eyes. So like real true stories.
Yeah, this sounds very much like what's going on in the game. Now, where can people find your movies to watch?
At my house. No, the take. Like I
And
said,
just say your address over
I'm about to
here.
say. Yeah.
He lives at.
no, the take is on Netflix and all that. Crew will probably be out September.
Oh, nice. It hasn't
this
came
year.
out
It hasn't
yet.
came out this
Ooh,
year.
exciting. We want front row seats.
Right.
We want to be on the red carpet.
Yes.
It won't be a red carpet like on the TV show neither. And then we have 2 more films in production to be directed by Brad Furman, who just finished up Runner that comes out in September with Ben Affleck and Justin Timberlake, whatever.
wow.
So he's one of the top upcoming directors as well.
Wow,
right
you
now.
got a lot going on.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
tell me
Hollywood.
the transition. How did you go from football player to the movie industry? Did you always have an interest in the entertainment industry, and you just happened to be very blessed athletically, and then it
I just had
crossed
the
over?
face for it.
Oh gosh.
Actually, we should be doing radio. Shut the cameras
Face
off.
for radio,
Did
baby.
you always have a knack for entertainment? Do you do acting as well? I know I was doing my research on you, and I seen
Wikipedia.
We've seen that you with the Millionaire Show, How to Date a Millionaire.
That's not acting. That's
What's
not.
that, millionaire?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
Millionaire Matchmaker.
Anyway,
I knew I saw you somewhere.
the square root of 4,000. Yeah, I do some on-camera stuff. When I
You
was
are
still
kind of funny. That's a,
only on certain days, only on Wednesdays.
not Sundays?
No, us and Sundays. And my agent while I was playing was Dwayne Martin. Him being married to Tasha, and he was doing films at the time, so I was
Oh,
financing
so that's
films.
the correlation.
Yeah,
so
I was-
you were playing football. Dwayne Martin, who's in the industry, was your agent,
Yeah.
and
He's
did
also
he
an athlete as well.
And was an
Exactly,
athlete,
yeah,
and
so-
I kind of got spoiled. Like I said, Will was shooting stuff, and of course, my wife and kids show. So I was always on set, and, trying to really learn the business side of it. A lot of guys, they come out here and they just want, oh, let's hang out and go see all the hot chicks. Like, that's fine and dandy, but I want to get more from it. So I kind of started on the business side of it. And then when I retired, I'm like, I just want to go to LA and do my own thing, basically.
Now, where are you coming from that you came to LA?
My last team was Jacksonville Jaguars, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio originally.
Ohio.
And I'm definitely not going back to Cleveland. No disrespect,
About
but
to say, LeBron left, and so can you. Now, I was going to ask you, Hatch. Obviously, I know we've talked a lot about your entertainment career, just NFL for a little bit.
Yeah,
You played with 2 of arguably the greatest receivers of all time in Randy Moss and Chris Carter.
Yeah.
Randy Moss, very controversial. Would you say he's a first ballot Hall of Fame selection?
Hands down.
You don't think there's anything that can contest
Well,
that?
the thing that's going to contest it are the people, because people who check the ballot are human beings. Some human beings don't like Randy. They don't know him. They just don't like him. They don't like his personality. They don't like his brashness. They don't like his confidence. It's people. They're regular people. But as far as probably the best receiver to ever play the game, it'd probably be Randy Moss.
You would put Randy over Jerry Rice.
Hands down. I played with Jerry too. Jerry and Tim in Oakland. Physically, just nobody could do what he did.
Calvin Johnson.
He's close. He's close. Calvin, because he's so much bigger.
Yeah.
And he's almost as fast, but I probably would put Calvin as number 2 in the NFL. I'd still put Larry Fitzgerald as number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Now, defensive back, cornerback, who was the hardest person that you had to go against? Who was the best defender?
There's a corner that I'll tell people that he'll never go to the Hall of Fame. It's probably the best corner to ever play in the NFL. His name was Dale Carter. And people are like, oh, well, how can he, he's not better than Deion. I'm like, he was that dude. And he was just physically could do everything that Deion could do, but mentally was just crazy. So he had both sides taken care of, basically. And Deion wasn't a physical guy, and Dale was a physical guy, and he could run with the best of them, turn his hips, run. So basically, I thought Dale Carter was probably the best corner I've ever went up against.
That's nice. Last question. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year? Who's your pick?
Oh man,
Your prediction.
You know what? I don't do predictions. I can only tell you who's going to be good and who's going to be bad. But to actually win the Super Bowl, that's tough. If I knew that, I'd be in Vegas right now.
So
with
who do you
500
predict
racks.
that's going to be really, really good?
There you go.
Really good teams in NFC are the Seattle Seahawks, the
Really?
New York Giants.
49ers.
They're gonna fall off. 49ers gonna fall off this year. Watch what I
Whoa.
tell you.
Really?
They might make a wild card, but they're not gonna win that conference. And Kaepernick he doesn't have his weapons. He's like I said, he's going into he's still new. But don't forget, in the NFL, they got for the last 6 months they've been looking at what Kaepernick does well. They're gonna take it away. And so unless you're Tom Brady and the Peyton Mannings of the world, which I don't think he is, then they're gonna take what you do good away. Then you're gonna have to find somewhere else to go. And number one, you don't have your weapons this year as you had last year.
Well, he has Bowden, which they acquired from the Ravens, and Crabtree.
Yeah, well, Crabtree's hurt. He's gonna miss the first 8 games. Manningham's gonna miss the first 6 games. So it's like, they're not the old 49ers that are putting up points last year.
Okay, I want to say this since we're talking about football. We see Greg Jennings.
Oh, yeah,
made it appearance.
That's pretty cool.
Who's
on the Vikings now?
He just got traded
Up
from
from
the
Green Bay, right?
Packers to the Vikings. Yeah.
Yes,
Greg.
because he was on my fantasy football team last year.
Okay.
Greg's a good dude, man. Greg's a good dude.
I really like how for the game they always incorporate the real elements of football in it. You see them in the locker room.
Yeah.
You see them using a real NFL player to be in this show. I just like how they do that.
I was just about to ask Katch a question. Now, you've probably seen a lot of TV shows, movies that kind of capture different sports. Is there any TV show or movie where you can say, wow, they really got it? That's how it really is in the locker room. That's how it really is out on the field. Or do you think it's nobody really has it down?
I think nobody really has it down. Who's came the closest was probably Friday Night Lights as far as behind high school players, with talking about the pressure that 15, 16, 17-year-olds have on just like, regular week in and week out, like in big cities, big schools, big football programs. But yeah, the game and, any given Sundays and no.
And you would know something about
the Titans?
you would know something about high school kids because you coach high school football.
I coach some high school
loves the kids too.
Hatchie Hatch
Okay.
love the kids. But when in Friday Night Lights, when Booby, what's the guy's name? Who's Booby in Friday? Black dude.
I don't know real names. I know who you're talking about. I don't know real names.
I have no idea.
Black actor.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
Booby.
don't know Booby.
So basically, he had the scene where he blew out his knee in his senior year. Like I said, let's say he's not a straight A student. Let's say he's probably C-. His opportunity to go on in life is through college, right? Blows out his knee. He can't go to college and play football because, we're not gonna give a scholarship to a kid that blew out his knee. So he comes to the car and he just like starts crying. His uncle's right there. Starts crying. He's like, "What are we gonna do right now? You said we was going." He said it funny because down in Texas, like, you say he was going to the pro, going to the NFL. He's like, you say we was going to the pro. You say he was going to the pro. Now what are we gonna do? And reality is, a lot of those kids is like, if they don't get that shot in college,
That's all they have.
That's it.
Right.
Oh, I just felt that.
That's it. And that's
it.
the reality of high school sports. And like I said, they're 15, 16, 17, but they have a lot of pressure on themselves.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
From their family, from their school. And like, look, if you don't make it, this is your only shot. You will be working, just a regular 9 to 5
stocking shelves at Walmart.
I think Malik
down.
definitely felt that pressure, and we've seen that in the therapy session where he was all his mom. That's all she had was him.
Right.
And we see him go through a lot in the show, ups and downs
Derek
with
Luke,
relationships.
Derek Luke, that's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, got it.
Came
We
back.
see him go through different kind of fights and back and forth with different members of his family, with friends, and we see that with him and Titi. Now, in this episode, we also see him and Titi make up. So it seems like the therapy is working for Malik. He decides to go partner with him again for the
TT's
chicken
the
business.
little guy?
Yeah.
No, not the chicken.
Okay, let me
Burgers,
throw something in there, right? TT, you're saying they made up. TT goes this way, dude goes this way, he gets jumped. Did TT set that up?
No.
How do you know?
I know he did because, okay, so to recap, so Malik was hooking up with his assistant. His assistant had baby daddy drama of this rapper, Franco, who's a gangbanger. So I'm assuming the last scene in the episode where we see Malik get jumped, it was Franco's people coming after
No,
him.
Franco was
Absolutely.
in that group too.
I didn't see Franco.
I didn't see him.
Okay.
He was one of the very first scene where you see the two guys. He was the one on the left.
We're gonna
Well, that
have a
exposes the
reunion,
setup.
Hutch. We're gonna have a little reunion.
How they know he was going to be there? Maybe TT made the call.
They know. No, I don't think because TC adores.
Yeah, he really
Malik.
loves.
That's what you think.
No, I'm saying. Well, I mean, he could, but I really
Keep your friends close.
Oh Lord.
And your enemies closer.
I mean, no, keep your enemies close and your friends close. How's the saying go?
Keep your friends close.
With your enemies
And it's
closer.
closer, yeah.
No, it's the other way around. Keep your enemies close and your friends closer.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But anyway,
Hashtag it.
I like
All right.
the fact that they have
Hashtag
made
it.
up, and now the Fatty's Burger business is back on the table. And I told y'all a few episodes ago when he brought it up. When they had that whole, this is my new creation, Fatty's Burgers. Y'all were like, that's such a bad idea. I thought it was a good idea.
No, the underwear was a bad idea. The underwear that sticks to the and you get the wedgie and this.
No, but I said that. I was the only person because even
I
Brandon
can't
was
remember.
like, that's a stupid idea. I was like, no, Fatty's Burgers is a good idea. And it goes with Malik's brand because of the way he's kind of a,
Fatty burger guy?
he likes girls and he likes burgers. And so he puts them together. It fits him.
That's
So that's supposed to be one of his,
silly.
It's like
his
Hooters.
that's supposed to be one of his investments.
But it fits his brand. It's like Hooters, but burgers.
Yeah, got it.
So I'm saying I'm glad that he's now partnering with TT to do this business. And I love how he said, TT's like, give me 50%. He's like, no, 30, and you can be CFO. And I call your mama
CFO.
Cracky on her birthday only.
On her birthday.
Oh, TT. What movie's that from? Set it off. Y'all tripping, man. TT. Oh, TT. Y'all don't watch
I
movies. Y'all don't watch
hate it
movies.
every time we get to a good point in relationships, like we've seen with Blue and Keira. And now we see TT and Malik, then something happens. And it
Right.
looks like, I hope this doesn't happen, but it looks like Malik is in the ER and that he might not make it. But I would say this would be it's good, but it's not good. But I think it's going to bring a lot of people on the show come together. Kelly come back.
Wait, that's a
We might-
prediction. You can't
Okay,
tell it
okay.
yet. We got
So,
to talk.
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
prediction.
don't tell
Prediction, please. No.
Oh, that's not the music.
This is the prediction music. To the lights.
That's the intro.
We're gonna school
using
you.
it as
We're
an
gonna
outro.
come
So
back.
go with I want to hear your prediction.
Okay, so my prediction is that he's in critical condition. He is in a coma, and everybody is gonna come back. Kelly's gonna come back. We're gonna see what's their names come back.
Derwin and Melanie.
Derwin and Melanie.
Shut your mouth. You know
I
you don't
predict
know.
it. I
Okay.
predict it.
Okay.
And it's just gonna bring everybody together. So that's what I predict. Even Jason and Chardonnay are gonna get back together because of this.
So it's gonna be like the scene in the 5 Heartbeats where everybody comes to the hospital.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Hatch, what do you predict?
I predict that the whole season's gonna end with them going dee 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 dee, and you don't know what's gonna happen, and then the whole game's gonna be off the air.
Yeah.
Right.
To bring you back for next
Exactly.
That is actually very good.
year. Yeah, I'm kind of smart.
High five, high five. Good job.
Yes.
It's hard to follow up such a smart prediction. I predict that the one thing we will get in this episode is closure. And the reason I say that is because not only is it the finale, but
That's a good idea.
right? I'm kind of smart too.
Smart
But,
guy.
Smart guy. Name that show.
Smart guy.
There you go. All right. So back to my prediction. There will be closure. There will be. Oh, excuse me. Wow.
You are just.
I am on one today.
You got no kind of bodily.
I cannot control anything today. All
Like
right.
a little baby, just
Go burp him. Please burp him.
burping.
My prediction is that I'll get it together. All right. Go ahead, Vegas.
My prediction is that Tasha is fine.
Wow.
Tasha is finally gonna get the peace that she needs because she has talked to her father and they have reconciled. So Tasha ain't gonna be crazy no more.
Yes, I think those are all great predictions. Thank you so much, Hatch, for being on. Please tell
you for
everybody.
having
Tell us your predictions.
Yes, please tell everybody where they can find you online. I know you said Twitter, but you didn't give us details.
Twitter at
or-
Hatch89, Instagram's Matthew Hatchett. That's it. I'm not hard to
And
find.
stay tuned. Find his movies on
The Take, yeah, the Take. You can go to Netflix, whatever. Crew's coming out. We got 2 movies coming out next year.
Nice. And I am Fit with Fallon on Twitter, Instagram, and go to fitwithfallon.com. I am interviewing athletes and celebrities and posting their workout regimens. So check me out.
I am Kevin John at Hey Kevin John on Twitter, at Hey Kevin John on Instagram, and I am currently interviewing single women. So just tweet me, ask me what you want and you look for in a guy, and maybe we can work something out.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I'm gonna hook you with somebody. I'm Megan Thomas,
I
also
like
known
that.
as @MegScoop on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget, you can always download Adventures of Serial Buddies at serialbuddies.com.
And don't forget, next week is the season finale. We are going to have a special guest on from the cast. Stay tuned. Say Same place, same time. We'll see you next time.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.